So I will show you exactly how I managed to make a little bit of profit over the long run by having the easiest market approach you've ever heard of. And in order to show you guys exactly what I mean, I will be going to a random forex pair. So we are currently in 2024, and all you need to do now is ask yourself one question, which is if you think that price is more likely to go to the upside or more likely to drop to go to the downside. And if you can't really decide which direction price might take, then just stay out of the position and wait for price to develop even more. So this is the first and most important question you need to answer. And in order to answer this question, you will need to rely on your experience, which you need to develop over countless hours of seeing the market play out in real time, so that you can judge the current price action accordingly and enter into the direction where you think that price is more likely to go to in the near future. So now we've talked about the first part of the trading process, and now let's, for example, say that you think that price is more likely to go to the downside. Then you will be entering this short position. So what I want you to do now is drag the stop loss to an appropriate region where you think that price is unlikely to go, while also giving price a little bit of room to play out. If you put the stop loss right here, you could be easily taking a loss, even though your original idea of price heading to the downside would still be in play. So for me, I think right here is an appropriate region for the stop loss. And then what I want you to do is drag the profit target to a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, which is quite uncommon. And for me, having a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio makes trading so much easier, and it also makes the management of your trades very easy and clear. So now I'm going to be talking about the trade management, which is based on your experience. So your experience should dictate whether you take a trade, and while the trade is playing out, your experience will also dictate how you manage the position. And by trade management, I will show you exactly what I mean by letting this trade we took right here play out. Okay, so in this case, there is not much to manage because price just straight up went down to my profit target. So now I will be looking for another position. But after such a big candle, I will not be interested in taking another position. I oftentimes like to wait for the volatility to decrease. So let's see how price will develop. So now the volatility has died down a bit. And in this case right here, I do not really know which direction price will take in the near future. So I will stay out of a position and watch price develop even more. Okay, so price now went straight to the upside. And I think, based on my experience, that price is more likely to continue this move to the upside, which is why I will be entering a long position. Then I will drag the stop loss to an appropriate region, which is right here, and drag the profit target to a 1-to-1 risk reward. And hopefully I can show you in this example what I mean by managing the positions. Okay, so now after a few days, price didn't really move much and we still are around break even. And now you have a decision to make, which is whether you want to keep the position open or whether you want to close half of the position or whether you want to close the full position near break even. I think that managing the trade accordingly increases your profitability, which is why I will be taking the full position off near break even. And now let's see if this was a right decision. And keep in mind, I could have also closed only half of the position and let the other half play out. But in this case, based on my experience, I thought that the best idea would be to close the whole position near break even because price isn't looking that strong anymore. Okay, so in this example, price would have gone sideways for ages. And another thing I do not like to do is stay in trades for that long, which is why I decided to close the whole position right here. And if we let it play out even longer, you can see that price would have eventually hit my take profit. But as I said, I do not want to be stuck in trades forever. So I will be closing them pretty soon if I don't think that they will be playing out in the near future. And by backtesting any given currency pair, you will be gaining experience, but this is not enough in order to be profitable in the live market. Backtesting prepares you to make the right technical decisions, but being in the live market will prepare you to also make the best emotional decisions, and you will learn how to deal with big gaps overnight, so you can use both methods to gain experience, but I would focus more on the live market, because in the end you will learn the most by watching price play out in real time. And now I will show you a few more backtesting trades, and after that I will show you all the forex trades I'm currently in the live market. So you will see exactly how you can combine the backtesting approach and the live market approach. So right now I do not really know which direction price will take, so I will stay out of a position and watch price develop even more. Okay, so right now I do think that price is very extended to the upside, so I will be taking a short position because I think that there is a higher chance of price going down. I will drag my stop loss right here to give price enough room to play out and drag the profit target to a 1-to-1 risk reward. And I'm looking for a quick and easy drop into profit. And if I do not get that, I will be trying to close the position a little bit early to minimize my loss. Okay, so right now I will be closing half of the position near break even, because I think that the likelihood of price moving into profit and hitting my target has decreased over the last few candles. But I do think that it is worth to keep one position open. And now let's see which direction price will go. Okay, so now you could argue that closing half of the position near break even was a bad decision, but I was also contemplating closing the whole position, and if I would have closed the whole position I wouldn't have made a single bit of profit. So you could look at it both ways. And now I will take one more trade, and as I said earlier, after these big candles I'm not looking to enter another position, because I think that it is 50-50 if price will move to the upside or if price will drop from here to the downside. So I will be waiting a few more candles, and I still not know which direction price will take, so I will keep looking for another opportunity. Okay, so right here I do think that price will head lower in the near future, so I will be entering a short position, dragging my stop loss accordingly and my profit target to a 1-to-1. And now I'm looking for a quick and easy drop into profit, which we immediately get, and this is exactly what I want to see when I enter a position. I do not want price to chop around for ages. I want to see it either go into drawdown so I can manage it and close the full position, or close half of the position in a little bit of drawdown, or I want to see price go into profit, and then I will be trying to hold it all the way to the profit target. But sometimes, of course, as you can see right here at the trade we took earlier, price moves into profit, which is exactly what I want to see, and then goes back break even, and then I will be looking to close the full position or only half of the position near break even, because obviously the trade is not playing out how I wanted it to play out. So reducing my risk most of the time is the best decision. And if we would have risked, for example, 50 euro in each of the positions, we would have made 50 euro on this trade. Then this was a break-even position. Right here we would have made 25 euro, or a little bit less, let's say 20 euro. So in total I would have made about 120 euro over the course of 4 trades. And obviously you will go on losing streaks occasionally, and if you find yourself in a losing streak, it is very important that you do not make emotional trade management decisions. And to this day I do sometimes make, I wouldn't say emotional management decisions, but I tend to over manage my positions because I do not want them to move into drawdown too quickly. So I will oftentimes close half the position after just 1 or 2 candles, which isn't the best idea, and I'm currently working on that, because just 2 candles or 2 days isn't enough for price to make a move into my direction. But as long as you're aware of your decisions and making them with a clear mindset, and if you're confident in your judgment, I do think that this is a way more efficient way to trade. I find it just so peaceful making decisions only once a day. Okay, so now let's move on to the positions I am currently in. So earlier I've talked about that you have to enter the positions based on your experience, and I told you that you have to also manage the positions accordingly, also based on your experience. But one thing I am doing when I'm trading live is I am adjusting my risk based on my confidence level, and based on my confidence I will then decide whether I will risk 50 euro, 75 euro or even 100 euro on a position. So in this case right here, I looked at the chart, and based on my experience, I decided that I think the price is more likely to head to the upside, and I was quite confident in this position. So instead of just risking 50 euro, I adjusted my risk to 75 euro, but I wasn't confident enough to risk 100 euro. And your confidence level is again based on your experience. So every aspect of my trading approach is built around the experience I gathered over the last 3 years. So the main takeaway of this video is that you need experience in order to make clear trading decisions. And another position I am currently in is this Euro GBP short position. And this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Over managing your positions most likely isn't the best idea. And this is a perfect example because I was entering this trade on Friday last week, and on Monday I decided to close half the position even though price didn't really move much, and I immediately got punished for this decision because price started dropping the next day. And after that we narrowly missed my profit target and started bouncing. So I will be looking at the chart this evening, and I might decide to close the whole position in a little bit of profit, but most of the time I like to hold the position while it's in profit and let it play out. But if I see decent strength today, I might be closing the whole position near break even. But I will at the end of this week post a video where I will go over all the trades I took this week. So if you do not want to miss out on this weekly recap, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. But for now, that's all I have for you today. I wish you the best of luck in your own trading this week, and I will see you guys in the next video.